If you'd told me last year I'd be sitting here telling a story about being locked in my own house by a bunch of HOA wannabe aristocrats with gold-foiled stationery, I'd have laughed you right out of my kitchen. But here we are, and trust me, the gold wasn't even real. You want a strong opening? Okay, try this. Congratulations, you've been drafted into a private kingdom you never asked to join, with rules nobody voted on, and the penalty for living free is a 72-hour house arrest. Yeah, that happened. No joke. So it all starts the morning I finally finish bolting down the solar rack. Jess, my wife, comes out holding this thick envelope like it might explode, waving it over her head, yelling, "You gotta see this crap." I wipe my hands, take the envelope, and it's heavy, like wedding invitation heavy, except there's no party, just dread. My name, full address, and some ridiculous seal. Silverbrook Reserve Executive HOA Council. That's rich. We're not even in Silverbrook. Our driveway doesn't touch their fancy loop. We built out here for the trees, the quiet, and the promise nobody would ever tell me what color mailbox I could have. We got our own well, our own road, our own damn sky. Inside, it's cardstock so thick you could use it as a cutting board. Gold embossing, royal decree language. I squint and read. To all residents in proximity to Silverbrook Reserve, due to high-profile international guests, you are required to remain within the boundaries of your home for a period of 72 hours beginning Friday at 6:01 a.m. for security and discretion. Signed by the President herself, Karen Satterfield. Jess is glaring at me, waiting for me to blow my top. "You know anything about this?" she asks. "Only that it's horseshit," I say. "I checked the covenants twice before we bought this place. We're not in any HOA. It's the only reason I signed the papers." She laughs, nervous. "So why are they sending this?" "Maybe they think they own the air now, too. Our kids are out in the field, wrestling near the greenhouse. If this is meant to scare us, it's gonna take more than fancy fonts and a lady named Karen." Still, just to be sure, I call the number on the letter. Voicemail. Sounds like a sommelier explaining a cult. I leave a message. "What kind of dictatorship do you think you're running?" 2 hours later, I get the same letter as a PDF, plus a map. And not just their property. Our land's traced right in, driveway and all. They just absorbed us? Jess says. "Apparently they think lines on paper are magic," I answer. "What are we doing Friday?" she asks, smirking. "Same thing we planned. Drive to Wildwood, eat too much, watch the kids swim. If they want to stop us, well, that's their problem." But as I'm walking away, something nags at me. There's a confidence in this letter, like they know something I don't. Jess calls it HOA menopause, when control freaks snap and start writing laws for the universe. Friday morning, we're up early, coffee on, sun just right. I'm packing up the truck. By 6, we're all loaded. I hit the garage door, feeling a bit like I'm about to win a small, private revolution. Except the door slides up, and there it is, a black SUV, right across our drive. Not a cop, no lights, just 2 guys in dark blue shirts, silver shield patches, Silverbrook Reserve Enforcement Division. I burst out laughing. This has got to be a joke. But they're not smiling. Buzzcut, sunglasses at dawn, walks up with a clipboard. His partner stands by Jess's door, arms crossed, eyes on the truck. "I'm going to have to ask you to remain at your residence," Buzzcut says, like we're at an airport checkpoint. Jess leans across. "Excuse me?" He repeats the spiel about restricted movement and sensitive visitors. I just stare at him. This is my driveway, my gravel, my land. Buzzcut's partner reaches for Jess's door. That's it. I'm out of the truck, quick. He doesn't even see it coming. I grab his wrist, twist, and he's on the gravel, winded, not hurt. Buzzcut comes at me. I step into him, knock him back. They hit the ground, surprised as hell. Jess is already on the phone with 911, and I'm recording. "Sheriff's on the way." "Stay put," Jess says, voice like iron. "You assaulted security." Buzzcut whines. "Nope," I reply. "I defended my family against trespassers. Want my lawyer's card?" Sheriff's cruiser rolls in 15 minutes later. Deputy McNeil, sunglasses, belly, notepad he never uses. He listens as I explain, shows zero interest in HOA drama. He tries to keep the peace. Tells me, maybe just stay home this weekend, make things easier? I laugh so hard I nearly choke. "Let me get this straight, Deputy. You want me, independent landowner, not in the HOA, to lock myself in so some VIPs can pretend my home doesn't exist?" He shrugs, looking at his shoes. "I'm asking you to consider it for the community." The community, I tell him, only shows up to find people for basketball hoops. Not interested. I insist on a report, incident number, full documentation. McNeil obliges, slow and annoyed. The goons slink away in their SUV, embarrassed. Jess and I reload the kids. We're still going, she grins, and we head out. But all day, that pit in my stomach grows. This isn't about security, or guests, or even property lines. It's about control. When we get home, I call Marcus, a friend, ex-property law firm, the kind of guy who reads county filings for fun. He calls back that night, voice tight. They filed you as a participating parcel in the HOA's next phase. What the hell does that mean? Means they're presenting your property as part of their planned expansion. Investors, county, whoever, they're acting like you're already on board. He sends me scans, prospectus for Silverbrook Phase 2, glossy photos, my house marked available for demonstration purposes. I nearly put my fist through the deck rail. Now I'm mad. I dump everything, video, letters, emails, the sheriff's report, into a digital war book. I reach out to a reporter I met at a sustainability expo. Tina Marlowe, sharp as a tack, loves an HOA horror story. I give her the whole rundown over coffee, and she's taking notes like her pen's on fire. They tried to quarantine you for optics? She asks. And they're using your property as a show home? Bingo, I say. She promises her story'll drop Monday. But I don't wait. I post my own video online, just facts, no rants, me, the guards, the maps, the absurdity of it all. Overnight, it's everywhere. Comments pour in, other folks dealing with phantom zoning, being fined by HOAs they don't even belong to. A former Silverbrook board member emails me. You're not crazy. This is their move. Start with Lot 14 in Phase 1. I look. Turns out, they've been doing this for years. Voluntary confinement letters, unapproved annexations, scare tactics. Monday, there's a flyer in my mailbox. Community safety or radicalism? Thinly veiled hit piece. Claims I'm undermining harmony, endangering property values, you name it. Jess reads it, laughs, says, legacy of excellence sounds like toilet paper. Neighbors start texting. They got the same voluntary lockdown letter. Some even got encouragement visits from HOA security. It's not just us anymore. Then midweek, drone buzzing overhead. I record, walk inside, grab my old signal jammer, thanks, Jess's ex-boyfriend. Bring that drone down in the corn patch. Take the pieces to the sheriff, file a report for unauthorized surveillance. Next day, another neighbor finds a hidden camera on their shed. Third one sees a guy in a sedan, just sitting there staring. Intimidation, pure and simple. That night, I find a business card in my mailbox. Compliance and Coordination Specialist, Silverbrook Reserve. Let's talk. I don't sleep. Instead, I build a case, videos, photos, neighbor statements, plate numbers, timestamps, filed and organized, ready for a judge, a journalist, anyone who'll listen. But I need real backup. That's when I call Carla Ortega. She's the best property lawyer in the county, ex-military, not scared of anyone in a suit. I bring her the whole folder, drone wreckage, flyers, prospectus, everything. She doesn't flinch, just grins. They're cooked. You're not fighting rogue neighbors. This is organized coercion. Within 24 hours, she files a cease and desist against Silverbrook HOA, sends demand letters to the board, and files a class action on behalf of me and 8 other landowners. Charges: trespass, fraud, unlawful surveillance, misrepresentation, intimidation. She calls it paramilitary HOA enforcement conduct. Even the drone is Exhibit A. Meanwhile, Tina's article drops. When the HOA thinks it's God. By noon, it's in every local feed. Suddenly, neighbors are sharing their own stories. Discouragement protocols to encourage compliance, board minutes showing Karen wanted to phase out unsightly dwellings. That night, an anonymous tipster sends me internal docs, emails, investor pitches, all with my name and parcel listed for integration. Fake quotes attributed to me. Carla's ecstatic. We own them now. HOA fires back, a public statement denying everything, blaming misunderstandings and good faith advisories. I answer with another video, this time with hard evidence. It racks up 100,000 views and hits the HOA horror forums. Then, the judge issues an injunction, restraining order against Silverbrook, no contact, no expansion, preserve all internal comms or face contempt. Right then Carla calls, someone flipped. Aubrey, ex-paralegal from their legal team, wants whistleblower protection. She brings the receipts, emails, memos, chat logs, maps, investor pitches, all showing Silverbrook knew our land was off limits and lied anyway, crafted a silent integration strategy. In her own words, perception equals property value. My house, my family, just a blemish on their narrative. I post the redacted chats online. They called me a risk to their aesthetic narrative. Comments flood in, HOA horror stories from all over the country. The county prosecutor takes notice, subpoenas the HOA. Suddenly, 3 suits are standing on my property line, silent, snapping my photo as I drink coffee with a shotgun on my lap. Hey, it's Texas. You want drama? You get the full show. Later that day, sheriff's cruisers raid the HOA office. Next, Karen Satterfield is arrested on camera, sunglasses, perfect lipstick, acting like she's the victim. Charges: fraud, coercion, surveillance, false filings. The HOA board collapses, resignations everywhere. I just sit on my porch, breathing in air that finally feels free. When the dust settles, county revokes Silverbrook's expansion, investors bail, Aubrey gets immunity, and, after a few months, Silverbrook as an HOA is officially dissolved. The state mails me a letter. My land is exempt from all future annexation, period. I hang it next to a crayon drawing from my daughter. Daddy won, bad neighbors gone. And you know what? That fence I put up. On the gate, in big black steel letters, it says, "This is not HOA. Never was. Come back and see what happens." We threw a cookout, just people, no forms, no permissions, no gold foil. And for once, everyone belonged. So here's my question for you. When do you draw the line? When is enough enough? Share your story. What does justice mean in your neighborhood? Because sometimes, the only way to keep your home is to never back down, no matter how official the letterhead.